Hi, Mambokadzis. How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome to our first self-care Sunday of the season. So happy and excited to be with you. So, let's get into it. Self-care Sunday. I know that many of you know a little bit about self-care. We do practice it here at Mambokadzi. We love it. We love it. We feel like it's, something that can really anchor us into ourselves. And I know it's also a big buzzword around the world, and I actually do love that it's become more and more popular because I think it's something that we really do need to incorporate in our lives. But what I want to invite you to do with our self-care Sundays is to just go a little bit below the surface. When you hear of self-care, people are taking time to go and get their nails done. People are taking time to go get their hair done, to pamper themselves in one way or another. And I love that. I love that for people. I think we do need that, to look good, to feel good. But I do want to invite you to take this practice and use it to create a deeper connection with yourself, because that's possible. So it can be a doorway to knowing yourself better, to connecting with yourself better. Because the world we live in, it's very externalized, right? We're outside of ourselves most of the time. And it can be a very long time before you realize, oh my God, I'm not happy, or I'm unfulfilled, or I'm just coasting, or I'm just comfortable, but I'm not really fulfilled with my life, And then you're just on this hamster wheel where you just keep going and going and going and doing and doing and doing, and you're so disconnected to yourself and what you want for you. And a lot of us feel that way in some area of our lives. And the practice of checking in with you, seeing where you are, what you want, connecting with all of that helps you to, come back to yourself, redirect the ship if it's, diverging in some other direction you don't want, right? So that at the end of the day, you really can create a life that is meaningful for you. So that's what we want to deepen in our community. That connection to you, self-fulfillment, meaningful life, that's what we want, right? So let's get into the practice for today. I want us to use it sort of like as a way to help us with connecting to why we're doing what we're doing. A lot of people tell me that, they just keep going. They're just on this wheel. And sometimes they no longer know why they're doing it. They realize they're not happy with that situation or this condition, but don't know how to change it, or are not even really sure where to go. A lot of confusion as to what to do and where to go. All right, so let's start there. And we're going to be doing some journaling for our self-care today. So get your journal, get you a lovely beverage of your choice, get cozy with you, carve out some time to explore these following questions, ponder on them, write on them without judgment, right? That's always our motto. No self-judgment. Be truthful as you answer these questions, all right? Question number 1, how do I want to feel this year? How do I want to feel this year? Right? Let's put a container on it. Let's look at the year, not the next 5 years, just this year. How do I want to feel? Because the reason why we do things is because we want to feel a certain way. And a lot of us are now disconnected to how we want to feel. And then we just find ourselves doing and doing and doing, but we no longer know why we're doing what we're doing. So get back to knowing, how do I want to feel this year? And it doesn't have to be one thing. Write all the things you want to feel. Feel being the operative word. Yeah? Okay. Then narrow it down to, how do I want to feel this month? How do I want to feel this month? And what does that look like? Answer that for me. What does that look like? Why? Because a lot of people will say, for example, I want to be happy. Great. I also want to be happy. But happiness to me and to you are different things. So for you, what are the conditions? What are the situations, the activities, the everything that, help you to be happy? So what does happiness mean to you? What does that look like for you? Great. And then the final question, what am I going to commit to being or doing this week that is going to help me to feel the way that I want to feel this month? Yeah. I'll give an example. So I love to feel in flow with myself. I love to feel aligned with myself, right? If I don't feel that alignment with myself, I'm off and it doesn't feel good for me. Then I get anxious about a lot of things and I'm just not quite myself. So what that means is that I need practices that help me to come into myself every single day. And that for me is meditation. I discovered that meditation is the thing that helps me to be in alignment with myself. So it's become a non-negotiable in my life, right? And I love it, and it helps me to just be grounded and centered before my day begins. So what does that mean? It means that because before I knew this, I wasn't really meditating, right? So once I figured this out, I had to incorporate this practice into my days. So I had to look at my schedule and say, okay, I have to carve out the time to do this, to practice it on a daily basis. What am I going to commit to doing or being or thinking that is going to help me to feel the way that I want to feel this month? At most, that list should be 3 things, at most. If it's less than that, I'll be happy. 1 thing or 2 things you can do this week, because I don't want you to have this big list that you can't commit to. I want practicing this thing so that real life changes can happen for you. So if we load ourselves up with things to do and then at the end of the day we can't do them, one thing that you can commit to. And what does that mean for you this week? When are you going to do that thing? How much time does it take? Which days are you committing to doing it? So what does that mean for your schedule? What's going to fall away? What are you going to not do this week so that you can, be committed to what you're saying you want? What is that? Write it all down. Okay? And then practice that this week. That 1 or 2 things that you can commit to, do them. And let me know what they are in the comments. All right? Let us know so that we can hold you accountable as a community and support you on this journey so you know you're not alone. You're doing this with a team of people and we want to see you win. So let us know what you're committing to this week. Yeah? And that's it. That's it, ladies. Oh, my yayas. I'm sending you love. Let me know how this activity is for you. All right? Let me know how you find it in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love to you and yours. Mwah.